Yeah, let's begin. PH is the human layer of the internet for this age of AI. It's fully open and on chain. The problem has always been that bots have broken our incentives. It- the way we look at it is that the internet was mostly built on this model of open and decentralized participation, but this model has mostly been undermined by the rise of bots. If you know from the past 20 years, bots and automated scripts have had, in a way, a monopoly over all the spam on the internet, and then this spam has, in a way, been given rise to by AI. We believe one of the important characteristics of AI in increasing this so-called spam on the internet is that it's so-called high quality in a way, and the other reason is that it's pretty cheap now. This increasing smartness of AI has made this problem even worse. So, to actually tackle this, we see this entire equation as that of a problem, a catalyst, and a solution where we fit in. So, this is how it looks like. The problem here, like I mentioned, is that Sybil attacks are a major threat, and these actors can create numerous fake identities online, or they can use spam online to gain influence or play with our systems. Right. The catalyst, like I mentioned here, is AI. AI has amplified these issues in a way, and it makes it easier to scale and automate all of these attacks. The solution, on the other hand, is where we step in, and we believe that implementing a very robust human verification to confirm user identity is crucial to the next era of the internet. The fundamental thought here is that AI agents and AI bots, on one hand, will be given an express highway to work on the internet, while on the other hand, humans will have their own lane. So, this so called lane of humans is what we are looking to build, and this lane is what we'd love to call PoH. Uh, right? So, let's go and see how it works. Uh, PoH is PH is a product where you have a four-step process. The step one here is that you submit your proof. Kleros Courts is the underlying mechanism of POH, and hence a human has to come to POH and prove that he is a human by giving in some evidence. And this evidence is primarily your name, your photo, and a short video, along with an image. So this gives rise to a profile of yours where you're saying that you are human, where you're making a claim that you're human. This initial submission is where it starts. Step two is getting vouched. So, vouching is a process where you ask validation of an existing human on the registry to actually come in and say and vouch for you, saying that even you are a human. This peer validation ensures that we remain bot free and that trust can be maintained. Um, Step three here is what we call the challenge window. Since we operate in a court style led by Kleros, we have, once a profile makes its submission, there is a challenge period of 3.5 days up to where anyone, literally anyone, can come in and raise questions or make a challenge with sufficient evidence on whether that profile is actually human or not. Uh, this is primarily where the juror system plays its role, where you have folks who are looking and watching all submissions and seeing which one can be challenged and keeping the registry clean of all of its bots or Sybil activity. Once once this window is over, if your profile is fine and if your profile is actually human according to its evidence, then you will get through and be called a verified human. If not, then that's when your case goes to Kleros for resolution. We will again have something on Kleros called Humanity Court, where you will have yourself ideally as one side, giving in extra evidence and fighting a case on the fact that you're human, and on the other side you will have challengers who will be giving evidence against the fact that why you're not human, and we'll have jurors as usual who will try and arbitrate that case. All right, so since now we have a good idea of what PoH is and how the product works functionally, let's see how PoH and Kleros work together. So more verified humans. So expanding the entire PoH registry to try and bring in more registrations is step one of this entire growth flywheel. The principal idea here is that more people trying to register on PoH will give rise to potentially more Sybil attacks on PoH, as well as the usage goes up, and this leads to more cases. So this in a way where Kleros works is that if you see more activity around a certain use case, the courts of that use case will likely be incentivized to be filled with jurors who can come in and fight for cases and then earn a keep. Right, so that's in a way step two. So having good number of humans in your registry increases to lead to a stronger pool of jurors, where you have real humans strengthening their resolution system of this entire network, and this in a way leads to courts. Kleros provides enforcement for high integrity PoH registry. So you will again on step 3, after step 1 and 2, you will have step 3, which leads to a robust network of PoH. Step 4 here leads to more integrations. Now integrations are in a way the business aspect of PoH, where we will be in touch with companies and projects in this industry, where we can offer them services in order to keep bots away from their platform. So more apps and protocols as they adopt PoH, creating effects of network, we will also see more registrations, and once that happens, eventually the flywheel is in a way at play, where you will have more humans, more jurors, better courts, and then more integrations, and in that manner. Right. Two more ways in which PoH helps enable Kleros is, like I believe Fede mentioned earlier, one person, one vote for jurors. And apart from that, one important initiative we're working on is ZK PoH. So ZK is zero knowledge to actually keep juror identities anonymous for various use cases. So based on certain regions' regulation or the nature of certain courts, we believe ZK is important. So in the future, ZK is how PoH will also be helping Kleros. Awesome. Next is a few product changes. I think I'll breeze past this quickly. From V1 to V2, we've made few things. First is revamped registration process. We now have a pretty simple interface where you are guided to prevent confusion or any mistakes. Right. The second one should be status clarity. Easier vouching will take place now because your profile status are clearly marketed with needs vouch, in review, and verified. Earlier we had issues with this where human readable names were not that common, and we've made that change now. The second part here should be how easy it is to get a vouch from someone who's already a part here. We've now fast-tracked this method via our Telegram, where having a vouch if you were just registered as a new profile is fairly easier. The third part is removing external uploads as a default mechanism. So as a default mechanism, we earlier used to also have external media uploads, where one could upload any doctored image if they could. or any doctored video if they wanted to POH via our front end itself. Though now it can all still be possible via our contract. At least our front end is not encouraging that anymore. In the future, very soon, if you will be uploading any media via our contract, we will have extra. We will flag that for challengers to have a closer look at, uh, so that in case you are likely to have doctored footage there via AI, it's just easier, and it creates this entire loop of safety. Um, the fourth change mainly is having Gnosis chain as our default. On one hand, when we started, we had Gnosis and Ethereum fairly playing an equal role with the registrations and the Humanity Court on Kleros. But now we are making more of a change to pivot to Gnosis as our primary chain for PoH, because our new integrations are live here. Our PNK Airdrop, which I'll be mentioning about, is live here, and most of our new profiles are live here. The two main reasons here are that for Humanity Court on Gnosis, we have smaller deposits in case I am a regular user who's trying to register on POH. And the other reason is that we have lots of jurors out there on Humanity Court on Gnosis, since the minimum stake to be a juror also there is low. So in a way, Gnosis provides more scalability for us by keeping things cheap. And I believe sticking to Gnosis as a primary chain at the moment is a strong move that we made. On one hand, we have Vitalik mentioning things like, return back to the L1. And then here on another hand, we're still choosing Gnosis as the alternative for Ethereum. So yeah, cool. I want to now talk about two important integrations which we've made, which I believe are important parts of our progress in the past few months. First one being Seer, right? So in case you are a verified human on POH, you will have some perks, right? Because we believe humanity is cool, and why not? So one of them here, as you see on screen, is Seer. Seer prediction markets will now reward POH humans $10 worth of credits each month, which they can trade. Now these are tokens in a way, which can't be transferred, of course, but then they will keep refilling at the start of each month. So the way to claim them, as you can see on screen, is in case you're trying to trade on Seer and you want to take a position, you can drop down from their menu here and pick your credits and get started. You will connect your wallet first, the same one on which your profile on POH is. You can check your balance via the drop down to see you have the stuff. And the third thing is you can make your trade. So it's that simple. All right. The second integration is Circles. Now, Circles is part of the Gnosis app. Circles is in a way a currency that Gnosis is streaming to its various users as UBI in a manner. It's one of their projects to try and make an attempt at UBI again. If you are a POH human registered, first of all, you will get exposure to Circles, and you can start earning just simply by registering on Circles. Even without POH, you can start earning 1 CRC per hour, right? And you can also join the POH group on this app and mint our group currency. The way this works is, as you can see on screen, you have a few CRC which can be minted, and you have 18 CRC ready to be created. So these are tokens which you can mint as UBI whenever you're visiting the app. And on the right, you can see Circles groups. Circles groups are in a way various groups of people that have trust amongst each other. Trust is a concept on Circles that allows you to trade with each other. So if you're confused, I think more on this, a more simpler way to treat this here is to join our group on the Gnosis app. Once you've actually registered on POH, you can see that we have a group which you can get access to via our app itself. And once you are there, you can mint our group currency using your existing individual CRC. Once that happens, you can actually transact as an economy with most of the folks in our group. You can see in this example here, 100 CRC is being minted for the group on image 2 on step 2, and on step 3 I can send this CRC with folks inside the group. Since now we have a mechanism to pay each other, we can pay each other in CRC, which is the UBI token which we're earning. The fourth and last step is future potential to actually make swaps from these tokens to stables. You can see I'm trading here in the fourth image about 100 CRC tokens from the POH group to USD. Again, this is something that we're working on at the moment, and whether this might actually arrive is not known, but we will try our best to make these tokens of the group have utility in some manner, hopefully financial. All right, so the next important part is the PNK Airdrop. This is probably the most important crown jewel of POH at the moment. It's in very simple terms a way where we are inviting humans across the world to come register on our platform. In case you come register, you get to claim and stake 1200 PNK simply for being human. Now, what this means is that apart from just having your worth of PNK tokens, you immediately go and stake them in our Humanity Court on Gnosis. Now, what this allows you is to be what we call a juror, as you all know. You can be a juror instantly by being a human and claiming this airdrop on Humanity Court of Gnosis and earn fee via arbitrating cases on Kleros. And this is in a way our bid to increase this, or improve this ecosystem of jurors on Kleros, especially on the Humanity Court. And as we have more and more registrations and more claims, folks who are human now will have new ways to earn. So these are also earning opportunities. As you can see on screen, you can subscribe here to get notified about earning opportunities and drop your email once you've claimed your airdrop. And of course, if you stay staked for at least 6 months, you will have a chance to double your allocation. Apart from your initial allocation, you can also earn arbitration fees by not only arbitrating in Humanity Court, but if you wish to explore other courts on Kleros that have frequent cases, you can do that, gain exposure to the Kleros ecosystem, stay staked with us, and have a chance to increase your allocation. So yeah, the PNK airdrop is our focus at the moment, as user acquisition on POH is a huge focus, apart from also clients in the future. All right, so I believe we are at the end of our talk. I think the future of POH, in a way, you can see on screen, is very simple. I think now our focus, like I earlier mentioned, is on improving the registry, improving the product and maintaining it, having more integrations which are in a way perks for users, and eventually having more clients that actually call our API and use the POH app for their products to clean it away of all Sybil activity, bots, or AI. Like I earlier mentioned, I think that expressway for humans is what POH is looking to be on the internet. The next step would be around privacy preserving proofs via ZK. I think, like I earlier mentioned, and even Fede mentioned, one of the things that POH aims to achieve for jurors on Kleros initially is anonymity, but in general, even on the internet, for all of its humans that register on POH, we believe privacy in this age is very important. And I think if you've fairly been active in Web3, the privacy meta is something that everyone's actively speaking of. So POH as a front runner in the identity space will obviously be going ahead with privacy as one of its important elements. The third part in the later future is tuning in the product and this entire vision of POH more along the lines of the agentic internet, where we will have things like human gating, we will have reputation with agents, we will have governance with agents, and we'll also try incorporating various use cases, various new tacky use cases that you might hear of. For example, agents having their humans do tasks for them that only humans have access to, or just anything else, right? We believe the agentic economy is upon us, and we're just starting, and in the future we'd obviously like to do more here. So yeah, from a public registry to a private proof of membership, proof of humanity, without revealing identity very soon. So in a way, that is our vision for now. So yeah, thank you guys. I think this was also a long talk.